All right. You're welcome to the program. It's still the weekend show. And like we promised you when we started, we told you that this edition is a special one as we'll be focusing on critical issues happening in Anambra State. If you're within Awka and the environs, in fact, in Anambra State for the past 2 days, you will know that transporters, commercial transporters, keke riders, minibus, tricycle operators, that's keke. We also have minibus drivers, shuttle drivers, and bus drivers went on 2 day strike regarding the new tax regime in Anambra State.
And as you also know, tax is a very important aspect of running the government. It is with the tax that the government can make sure that all the necessary infrastructures are made available to the citizens. So the question now is not a matter of, are we supposed to pay tax or not? It's compulsory. The question is, let's get to understand this new change and understand the stand of the government, the stand of the people. So we can actually understand where we need to meet to make this work, because we really have to make this government work. We will make it work. It will work. And we all have to work together to ensure that at the end of the day, the keke rider is happy, the shuttle rider is happy, and the government is working. That is the essence.
And to discuss that important issue with us this morning is the image maker of the state government, the Commissioner for Information in Anambra State, Sir Paul Nwosu. Good morning and welcome to the studio.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll get into the discussions immediately. Remember, you can also be part of the discussion. We are displaying the phone number for you to call in and ask questions. If you have any question regarding this topic, you have a contribution to make, because since these stories have been, people have been contributing on our social media handles, talking about what are the ways they feel should be a better way out. But this morning, we want to understand the stand of the government in relation to the agreements that have been made, the explanations that have been made, and other critical issues that are coming up.
So, sir, we'd like to go back a little. Before this new levy method of 15,000 and the rest of them, how was it before now?
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for having me. Well, before now, let me take it from back. Before now, we have all kinds of scenarios, if I will call it that, where you have people that collect so-called windows, to collect levies, tolls for government. And these people engaged touts, what we call Ndiaburo in our local parlance, to collect this money. They collect it in all manner of coercive ways, with sticks, with cudgels and all that. And let's take keke for instance. A keke man pays an average of 2,000
a day
per day. Others even pay more. Buses, shuttle buses, trucks, and things like that. Okay. These so-called window operators, they collect this money. What do? They pocket them. They don't remit up to 10% to government. Now, this administration came. I said, no, let's structure this thing properly. Okay. These are legitimate sources where government makes money. And recall too that oil money has dwindled. Oil money has, as a matter of fact, dried.
Yes.
So if you're in a situation of government, you will have to now restructure to find other sources, legitimate, of making revenue. And these are sources of taxes, tolls, levies, that are legitimate, that people pocket.
Okay.
So government decided now to restructure this thing and to even make it easier for the transport operators to make a living, pay their normal taxes, and then, maintain the services that government is supposed to render to them, like maintenance of roads, building of new ones, because one of the things they complain about is that bad roads spoil their vehicles.
Okay.
Meanwhile, those that manage these windows, they don't build roads, they don't maintain roads. They collect these monies and pocket and continue to feed fat on both the keke operator and the commuter. Because when the keke operator pays so much daily, he passes the cost onto the commuter.
Now, looking at the new tax regime, explain to us what the changes that were made and the effective ways that government planned in specific terms that this can be able to address some of those older challenges that were informed.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. First of all, let me take you back to how it all started.
Okay.
Before this new tariff regime was introduced, government held engagement with the transport sector. I can remember 3 occasions. I'm not talking about the one that the transport commissioner held with them separately, or the one that the chairman of the Anambra State Internal Revenue Service held with them separately. I'm talking about the one that main government organ held with them. Mr. Governor held a town hall meeting with them at Dora Akunyili Women Development Center. All of them. Both keke, shuttle, bus, Okada, everybody. Government held, that is led by SSG, Professor Soluch Kulobel, and myself and relevant commissioners held one with them. Another one was held with them by ARS. In fact, it has been a continuous engagement because when people talk about this thing, it's as if one morning they were just given this levy to pay. It was discussed extensively with them. And that was how these levies were arrived at. Take, for instance, the issue of keke. I'm stressing keke because they are the ones that caused the last commotion on Thursday, the 22nd of September. These people were paying 2,000 daily. And government looked at it, said 2,000 is too much, for crying out loud. And government sampled other states where these things are being paid before they arrived at 600 naira. Please, somebody was paying 2,000 naira before, and now he is paying 600 naira.
Okay.
Imagine the gap. But what government said is, you will pay this 600 naira daily. But what you will do for us is to aggregate it and pay it monthly. Less Saturday, less Sunday. Less Saturday, less Sunday. That was how we arrived at 15,000 naira monthly. And it's not as if, government wants bulk money. But for that to be feasible, government will provide a decent park, that is government park, public park, with all the conveniences there. Government will enforce the no agboro policy because you need enforcements, and enforcing this thing on a daily basis is money. Mark you, if you don't enforce, get touts agboro off the road, they will continue to harass these people, and it then means that that policy will not work at the end of the day. And you have to do other things. That's why government said, okay, pay this thing in bulk so that we will be able to sustain the environment that will enable you to operate free.
Okay, so I want to understand the regime. Will it be after the government has made provisions for some of these, or while making provisions for some of them? Because this is the angle where the keke operators have spoken to were arguing against.
Yeah.
They were like, government is introducing this 15,000 naira for us to pay monthly when the issue of Arbor have not been curtailed. One cited example, one calculated for me what they pay. He rides from Unizik Junction to Ekoka. So he described to me what they pay as the initial 450 they pay,
David,
and then
can you hold on? Let's take, okay.
The
Go
initial 450 they pay, and then several other payments they make per passenger or per loading they make, and he calculated at 17, which is also the same 2,000 you mentioned. Now he was like, if the new regime continues and they pay 15,000, still paying those monies they pay per loading, that what it means is that the purpose of, yes, we'll take the call, that the purpose of paying this, the new regime has actually been defeated. But let's take this call before you...
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Okay, if you call us, I'll lower the volume on your television set so that we can hear you clearly in the studio. So if the government is making them pay the 15,000, while they are still paying, there are still existence of Arbor groups, or those touts collecting money from them, then it defeats the purpose of the reduction that the government has already made.
Now let me tell you, the point is that most of, in fact, nearly all of them have not paid. That was why the enforcement on Monday went out. None of them have paid. Because you pay, the whole idea is that you pay, that government, Mike, resources are very, very scarce at this time.
Yes.
You pay, and by the time government aggregates what you have paid, then they will begin to help you get some of these Arboros off the road. As we speak, most of them are not complying. As today, they are not even up to 1,000 that have paid. Meanwhile, we have about 3,000 plus.
In Awka alone?
Yes.
Okay.
So none are paid. And that was why the enforcement, the Anambra State enforcement team, joint enforcement team, went out on Thursday.
Sorry, sir. Let's have this call. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good morning and welcome
morning,
to the
sir.
program.
Good morning. My name is Ifan. Calling from Awka.
All right. Go straight to the point so that we can react quickly, yes.
I think what the commissioner is saying is right, but I need to say this. I've interacted. I'm not a keke person.
Yeah.
I've interacted with the keke people, and their claim is, can the government put up a measure, either by way of app or by way of a collection point, where they pay directly to the government daily? Daily. The issue of the government telling them to pay 10,000 or 15,000 monthly, of course we know most of them, they cannot put together this bulk of money to pay the government monthly. That's just my point.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ifeanyi. He raised the important issue.
Ifeanyi, thank you very much. Ifeanyi, I want to tell you that we have over 100 pay points in Anambra.
Can they make the payments daily?
They cannot, the policy is not to make the payments daily. You see, let me tell you something.
Okay, yeah.
We say in our parlance that to begin to cry is difficult. Okay? It's like, gold cannot be gold except it goes through fire. We know these pains, will come. But what we are saying, let's start it. In the long run, the benefits will surmount the seeming disadvantage as it.
Yes, Honorable Commissioner, but someone cannot pay tax on an income that has not been earned. right?
That's the argument.
Yes, that's the argument. Because I've taken time to speak with some of these keke riders. One is raising an issue. If, for example, he pays 15,000 naira for the month of September, and for half of the month his keke is spoiled, is in the mechanic, what it means is that he has been tasked for a job he didn't do. So if the arrangement is for these payments to happen daily, maybe after every day I go to a payment point, pay, and then have the paper.
An app to track
Yes, yes, that will show that I've made the payment for today. Don't you think it will be more acceptable to these keke riders more than these bulk payments? Or even a keke rider who has a reason to travel to the village and is out of town for months?
Let me tell you, this is why they have to be more diligent.
Okay.
All right? As an ABS staff, you come to work every day. I report to work every day. If you have to do your business, you have to do it diligently.
Okay.
Okay. Then when it comes to going to mechanic and things like that, government has told you, because what we say is that see your tax money working for you. Just like what they do in Lagos. Every amount that is being collected will be accounted for. Okay? The issue there is not about whether they are paying monthly or paying daily, because there was sufficient engagement. But I tell you, the keke man, those that I have talked to, are saying that this thing is far, far better for them. But there are fifth columnists. There are people who fed fat on this system over time. That if there appears to be seeming peace and that money is not flowing into their pocket, they go and niggle them from behind. This is the situation we have. We've done our own investigation. It's not about collecting daily or whether monthly. This thing monthly has been settled.
All right. We have a caller.
Hello, sorry, it's me, you calling.
All right. This time, go. Yes.
Them not paying monthly, and the commissioner is talking about being diligent. I don't see it coming in. This is a personal setup. I'm not a keke driver, I'm a lecturer. I may decide not to go to work if I'm a keke driver in a week. It's not a matter of diligence. I may have a spiritual assignment. I want to pray for 1 week in the house. We all have cars. One car may break down and you need to do some work for 3 days and 4 days, and you are telling me to pay tax in advance. I don't think it's right. The government should think about this. Else, they have personal interests to fulfill or to meet up. If
all right.
Let's take it practically. We all have apps. We are in the era of technology. They can pay either in those points or in the bank or anywhere using their app, having the printout, hold it daily to the government coffers, not giving anybody cash. And it will work.
All right.
Saying it is about diligence.
Thank you. Ivan, your point is taken. Your point is taken so that other people can also join in this discussion. Yes.
Yes. My only response is that we get our driver's license every year in advance. Whether you drive it for 1 day or you park it in your house or you go on a spiritual vacation, like he has just said, you don't pay for your driver's license or your vehicle license on a daily basis. That's that. But like I was telling you, it's not about the keke people that we engaged. They are comfortable with this arrangement because when you aggregate it, when you look at it overall, it is beneficial for them. Do you know what it means? Somebody pays 15,000 and for a whole month you are making money. Nobody is harassing you. Nobody is extorting money from you. Nobody is intimidating you. We've interviewed them. Sufficient intelligence was gathered. Sufficient research was made before government embarked on this. So it's not about the keke. The keke, ordinary keke man, is comfortable with this. But we have people who have built the system over many years. It's sweet money. It's like cocaine money. It's like drug money for them. Free money for doing nothing. And these people don't own keke. These people don't own transport. All they are just because they are like warlords sitting back there, put thugs on the road, they collect money for them.
Okay, Honorable Commissioner, are you also aware, in the instance you're giving, that an extra 2,600 naira was also agreed, maybe by the unions, for them to pay outside the 15,000? Is the state government aware of this? Is there anything you are doing?
Hear this.
Yes.
It's not as if government collects 15,000 naira and keep.
Yes.
Government collects 15,000 naira and provide civic services.
No, I understand.
Fine.
Yes, clearly.
Then from this 15,000 naira, the unions will get 5% of it. But you know, I'm telling you, this thing has been well worked out. But it is not enough for them. Government has structured it in such a manner, for every 15,000, union gets
5%.
5%. But they have been collecting so much in the past. So for them, that is not enough. They want everything. And this is why when there appears to be seeming peace, some of them go behind and instigate Keke people. Go out and find out from Keke people. They are okay with this arrangement.
Honorable Commissioner, you know, on Thursday when this protest started and they came to ABS, I did notice that the KK crowd, they were made up mostly of underage people I would like to say underage. A lot of them are not so educated. So I would like to appeal, like our conversation, if we can go a little bit vernacular.
Okay.
So ndị be anyị ọbụla na-ekiri anyị n'onyonyo gị, ihe anyị na-ekwu maka ya bụ maka ngagharị iwe ndị keke me wee sị na gọọmenti tinyere fe ego 15,000 na wenda apịarịtarị wenda si na ama mbụ onye ọbụla wee were ụkwụ wee gawa. Anyị na Honorable Commissioner for Information nọ ka ọ kọwara anyị akọwago n'oyibo mana ka ọ ghara inwe ntị ga-asị na ya aghọtara oge akọwa. Commissioner, m na-achọ ka ị kọwara anyị obere ọzọkwa n'asụsụ Igbo. Ihe bụ ọdịiche dị na nke a kịta a na-asị ha tụọ na nke ha na-atụbụ.
Mbụ. Ka m were ya na mbido onye isi anyị bụ Prọfesọ Chukwuma Soludo nwere meeting with ndị keke bọs na fancheni na onye ọbụla na-anya ọgbọ anyị na-akpụ akpụ. Emere meeting mekwasị emere ya karịa ugboro 3 ewee jikọta kwekọrịta na a ga-epegeze ego a na-anafa na 600 naira maka tupu anyị abịa agboro na ana ka ewelgodo ndị keke 2,000 naira kwa ụbọchị, and that 2,000 naira a na-anafa bụ ndị debere fa n'ụzọ ka a na-ana achịkọla ego eje nyefafa afọ juo akpa fadịrị ala ụzọ fadịrị edozi paaki o nwere ifefa na-eme nke a bụ ego nhachi akpa faji ana ọ na-edeli basis. Ị ga-ama ịna 3,000 ndị keke 3,000 to 2,000 ịpị ma ego na ọ ga-apụta. Anyị bịa si mba n'ife a n'orika n'izizi ọzọ. Ife a bụ ego iwu kwuru si nọ gọọmenti ga-adị n'ana ma ndị edebeziri ka a na-anị ya as window fanalụ ewelu 10% ma ọ bụ n'oge elu welu nye gọọmenti na ọ dịrọ mma. And anyị na-ekwusi malụkwanụ na anyị nọzi n'oge ego mmanụ si Abuja abịa na adịrị abịazi, and onye melu imerime gọọmenti na Naịjirịa adịrị akwụnwụzi ụgwọ ọnwa. Ma bịa na Anambra anyị na-akwụ ụgwọ ọnwa na-eme ife kwesịrị na gọọmenti ga-emezi. So iburu gọọmenti ị ga-anọzi ka ofu onye na-anaghị ego ị ga-eji wee na-edozi obodo na-afọnye n'akpa asị oke ngwa ebe ọ bụ na ọ dị etu a ka emee ya n'etu ọ ga-abụ, because malụkwa na ụmụ ife a na-ana ebe a n'ebe a so bụrụ na transport na-agala ọnụ, because onye keke ama ebunwu ị na-anya ebe a na-anya ebe a na-anya ebe a nyanwa agbakọnyelu mụ na ego a na ego anyị na-akwụ nwaanyị na-eje afịa agbakọnye ya n'ego afịa ọ na-enwe ripple effect so abịa sị mba na ife a nwere ka ọ dị na ga-eche nji ya anọdụ gọvanọ anyị na ndị keke na ndị
Hello, good morning. Can I know you?
We can hear you.
Hello, am I speaking with the ABS?
Yes. Can I forgive a busy boy?
Okay, good morning. I found the engineer Chijioke. I'm Abuja.
Okay, I'm going
Okay, the one who I've been an event.
Yes, clearly.
Ihe mụ na-ekwu bụ that ebe na-agbata onye si na ndị keke na-akwụ maọbụ ndị tricycle na-akwụ ọ bụghị otu esi eme before ebido this event ha kwesịrị ịga to other state otu ka esi eme maka ịrara ihe na-ekwu
gaa n'iru
maka ekpo ọ bụrụ na a na-anata wee ego dị otu a si na ego ka e were tinye na gọọmenti of Soludo ka o wee dị otu a ka o wee dị otu a ebe niile a ga-eburu I gave you to the organizer of the establishment itself that the people are getting in Wagama, in particular the recycles or Number two, I got the junction and the junction for the particular places. I got a route. I want to get to a route the way I get to and after that 16,000 naira. Or put around a chicken plaza with the state that will go. It's not possible. Go to other states and take. Like I said, Oṣù náà fún wọn wọ́n àti ọ̀dẹ̀ kékeré. Oṣù náà fún wọn lọ́wọ́ faith at ọ̀dàdì APC faith on the ground of the places are like Kubwa is a different way, like Papa is a different way, they is a different way. All that people have to generally is not.
So, engineer, you're going on courts.
Man, if you listen to our conversation, in a call now, the commissioner break it go down na English, and now you're gonna try to break it down na Igbo. Processes aga case where be a conclusion this 15,000 naira. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm chief ọghọta ịmago oge ụfọdụ ndị mmadụ nke fa chọrọ ịnụ ka fa ga-anụ anụ m akọwa na anyị na ndị keke na ndị bọs na kafara emitigo one-on-one severally kpa ekwekọrịta and ebe a ka nọ wee sị oke ka ndị egbu ya nkenke maka amụrụ mma ya enwesikwata ebe a ka nọ wee kwuo sị mgba ka eburu ya from 2000 a na-anụ ụnụ gbute okpi na nkwụrụ na ịma ụla dị na ya ka eburu ya budata to 600 naira o.
Hello, kedu onye nọ?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Kedu afọ gị na-ebe isi akpọ anyị? Chidera ngwa gaa n'iru tụnye ihe nwe ịtụnye. Gaa n'iru nwe ikwu.
Yeah, Ganiru, go on, we can hear you.
Okay, based on this keke and the collection of tax issue, among the yardstick is Elijah. For like example now, I'm not so many civil servants. Now I have to get now because here now to take a long way considering the situation of the country, you understand? So I have the uncle that is in the hospital, and then I have to get. So all these 2 weeks on a hospital, now I'm not allowed to get. You are expecting him, all the right will come back, you still take the document. No, let's take it very well. And so many civil servants on our book has a follow. When work with you, they will still carry the get to go and drive land in order to have augment the family issue. Okay, now, only I have to get for like from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. No one have to get from 6 to 6. Are they going to pay the same amount?
Okay.
They have to pay the same amount of money.
Chidera adire me discriminative policy. Onwenuru ebe ijel eme iwu si n'onwelu maka ndị na-alụ ọlụ oyibo to 3 ma ọ bụ nyaa keke from imebi etu a ọ ga-ebu aka adịrị eme iwu maka a particular group. Yes, ịmalụ ịga onye ọbụla abụlụbazie from 5 to 8 adịrị eme etu a.
Honorable Commissioner, I say now this new task now na unu na fa no wee karịa ọtụtụ ugboro wee kwete na ọ ga-aka mma ka ha na-akwụnyezi ya n'akpa gọọmenti ka ewepụ agboro mana ihe na-achọ ịjụ bụ ewepụga agboro because the ịba keke okay ka ha pụgodi keke ịba shuttle bifo ị na-esi Aroma na-eru n'ama ọbịa ị ga-agafego agboro one ndị agboro Kano ha ka na-eji osisi ma okpu. In fact, enwe mbọsị one shuttle man jụrụ na ya dị eweta ego ọzọ atọrụgo batrị ya ọzọ akpụpụtago mmadụ niile recently ihe a na-agwa gị mere recently either last month or maybe this month tọrụ ihe na ya were ihe niile dị na keke ya narị ya ki kwarụzie moto ya kwaba na park si ya bịa ka ọ fụọ ọga ka ọ kọwara ọga nwaanyị ọma nye ha ego na anọrọkwa m na shuttle one day abịakwa jụọ mma na ego the man nye ha nsị ọgọ na ịmarọzi na agboro anọrọzi ọ sị na ọ bụrụ na inyere ọfa na a ga-eti gị ihe and oge fa bịa na ọfịs anyị for protest on Thursday some of them did mention it not please to our government that they don't have a problem with that.
Asị ka anyị mee nye etu a na gọọmenti oge enyere gọọmenti aka wee mee ndị fọrọ afọ but ilota na mbido nkata anyị bido baba asị m na fadịrị akwụ and onye mere eji wee mee enforcement emel imago gọvanọ Soludo adịrị eji chọba iji aka ike ngini akpa nkata kwekọrịta dịka gentle men o ga-eme expect ka i play in your part then imazikwa ma nyanwa ga-play part nke ya as we speak as we speak fake play their own part because no ebe dia egbe ịchụ agboro ọ bụrụ ịchụ agboro tata ịma achụ echi it has to be on a consistent basis so that kafanwa wee nwee ike wee lụọ ọrụ ịchụ agboro tata achụọ nwa n'echi chụọ nke si ya gbachi nkịtị fali pụtakwa maka onwelu ndị kwụfa n'azụ na-eje ejide fa kafa n'anya bụ ego and it appears maka na gọọmenti ejiri okpi n'osisi akwụ n'ụzọ ọ bịazie ọ dịzie ka dị week ndị nke ọzọ abịazie na ego that is the issue.
Okay. So, Honorable Commissioner, you're promising us that if keke riders begin to obey and pay as agreed, that government will fulfill their own part of the bargain of removing that border from. Okay, it's off.
Okay.
If I don't all right. This government is known for credibility. It's an honorable government.
Hello? Hello, Panato TV, Biko. Sena TV, Gino, Panato TV.
Biko, yes. Can you make you if I'm not that boy, I like the fun to go on a TV.
I'm happy that Ogine Wopi na Diasi na Unandi Keke. And I know that and I'm not sorry, let me take this call. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hey, now okay, that's a good idea, boy. Okay, then
oh, but I can't so you want to contribute me like in the guy or driving license for so many years. So na na-esi enwe compare ngwa a na-ebụta ndị keke wee tụba wee na-adị ịma na ụfọdụ ndị keke akịta akọ na ha na-ebu haya purchase so o nwere ike ọkpụọ ya this month a maybe next month 1 week onye nwe keke anaghị ya keke ụfọdụ nwere ike keke ya emebie ọ nọ 1 week na 2 weeks nghọta after 2 weeks or 3 weeks tupu ya gafekwa ada 15 ego a na-ekwu so mụ na-echete na ọ bụrụ na na-abịa ọ bụrụ na nwere otu enwere POS ọ bụrụ na nwere akaụntụ enwere ike a ga na-eji akwụnyere ya ndị gọọmenti onye pụta na otu ka o jee na POS edebe ya o were akaụntụ ahụ kwụọ ya na POS ọ baa na-akpa gọọmenti so onye a ga-ejide karị ya ọ pụtazie dadi ọrụrụ ọrịa ya maka irigis 15,000 na ụfọdụ o buru ibu n'anya iwepụta ya nọọsụ wee kwụọ ọrịa mmụọ na-esi mere oji dịka ọ na-afịa ha ahụ na ọ bụ na aga kreti an avenue ga-agbagbo ndị POS maọbụ gwa ha nọọsụ 9 maọbụ 8 to 10 ịkwụọ n'ụgwọ ahụ ọ bụzie na ịkwụọ ya ka o wenyere ha aka etu ọka mụọ siri esi iyo maka na ụfọdụ ọ bụ okike ha ụfọdụ ịbụ ha ya pụshes
alright daalụ Chinelo ka anyị nwee ike na ndị ọzọ wee chịkọta
n'izizi this new arrangement for ndị na-agba higher purchase this arrangement ga-aka favor fa biko a na-akọwa ife a sisi na-ege ntị onye a na-anabu 2,000 asịsị ya kwụbazie 600 kedu nke ka mma higher purchase ka ọ ga-aka favor with this new arrangement then ọ na-ekwu okwu POS ọ bụ na igere ntị ka m na-ekwu na mbụ anyị nwere over 100 pay points with POSs enwere ike ije kwụ ụgwọ ma gịnị bụ okwu na adịrị akwụ
Honorable Commissioner ebe aka nche bata abịa na keke bịa na shuttle bịakwu na bus ma ọkada fa na-enwe union so ị na-akọwa na adịrị akwụ maka oge ifo ha ka ha na-agbagharị ajụjụ njụ bụ ọ bụrụ na gọọmenti dị in line with the union ka ihe ndị ha na-eme because I feel it's easy inweta onye keke na-eme anything. I remember when I lost my bag na keke so ihe mkpọ bụ onye isi ndị keke ọ sị m kedu nọmba keke so ọ bụrụ na unu na ndị union ha nọ in line eme meeting ndị union can't they help in making sure that this thing dey enforced?
Gezie ntị what we discovered so if anyị chọpụtara na nke mere ikpeazụ a bụ na ndị union nwa na-adịrọkwa in control of ife na-emenụ union adịrọ in control of ife na-emenụ abịa in fact you have all kinds of so-called union.
Oh, it's more than one.
Gịnị union karịrị akarị onye gbata nku ọfọm wọnk ya anọkata ị na-anụ Paul Nwosu and Sons Transport Union anọkata ị na-anụ Ejike Union anọkata ị na-anụ this union and this is why it is difficult to control them and anyị amụrụkwụzi ma ndị union one
and they are all registered the union.
Now, Honorable Commissioner.
Kanzasian.
Okay. Yes.
So-called registered. But the point is that the whole thing does not. No control. Because anyị na ndị bụ the union akpago kpakwasị agree ka akpasịkwudili ife a ilutazikwa na fa bịa na ABS ya.
Yes,
comment ya.
Yes, they did.
Ife gọọmenti na-eme that it is even in their own interest na na-emia anazie na azụ gịnị mere anọkatakwa esenye isi. Does that not show you that is either the leadership is weak or not, that it's not in fact amarazi ike na-eme.
All right, Honorable Commissioner, in the intermittent, because the protests are last go yesterday and today, I don't know whether they're continuing today. Thursday and Friday, I don't know whether they're continuing today. Is there anything that the state government is doing to resolve it as it is at the moment, so that residents in a trek for the past 2 days will not continue trekking in Awka, at least especially.
I drop one government na-ata ndị Anambra ụfụ, because if I be fage na agbo si ka agba bidosia village wee na-akpọfa si ka akpa nkata secretary m ji okwu wee na ụzọ mgbakọ that system site gbagope ugboro na-abụ o ji okwu wee na, and more when a lot of people have been going through that kind of hardship. Government, the essence of government is to make sure na ndị mmadụ dị comfortable na-enwe aṅụrị. So government adịrọ happy about ife na-eme, adịrọ maka ya ka ji wee nọdụkwa ihe ka m wee na-akọwa na osiro gọọmenti n'aka maka na ife a bụ ife akpara akpa. The whole essence of this engagement bụ fana akwụ less, it will be transferred to ndị na-agba keke, it will be transferred to ndị afịa ebe nwunye mụ na anyị na-eje egoro ife maka fa ife transport sokwu n'ife a na-add na ife anyị na-ego n'afịa, but the fana gbe ya cheaply, ndị mmadụ ewee nwee n'ike na-eriju afọ. So we are engaging them. Part of it bụ ọbịbịa mbịara here. Anyị ga-edekwa nke a ga-ede tinye na newspaper, tinye n'ebe niile. By 1 o'clock tata nka anyị na fa ga-enwekwa meeting.
Okay.
Ka akọwalụfa, but mụa na-agwa ụnụ na anyị ma ebe ife na-eme ife a si abịa.
Okay.
Ndị na-eribu fọfọju akpa na-eribu abụọ ọnụ afrozi emekwa adụọfa pin. Kpọọ ndị keke na ndị bọọsụ jụke na fa gbafe ezigbo ajụjụ ọnụ, fa ga-agwa ya si na nke Soludo na-eme na onye amanarịsị. But fa na-apụta n'igwe mmadụ ebe fa nọ kwuo ya maka ndị ike nọ n'azụ ga-ejide fa n'obe ịkpakụ.
So, Honorable Commissioner, I've chosen Angel because from everything in Akowakita, Ogosina, he had on na lawlessness, and now, and when they known as somewhere that all this chaos in their favor. So, Omoka state government is involved on this security. Kama magi fish out. These bad eggs na try.
Government is Soludo na chokwana ka akpa maka akpa ofuma alarụ n'ute. Ka akpa maka ọ dịrị afịa arụ asị na aka abata anwụkọba ndị mmadụ eti ebe ndị mmadụ na nga and things like that. We government ma right ya, but ọ na-adị mma ọkwa democracy ka anyị nọ ya. Ọ na-adị mma ka akpa akpago, but anyị mma ebe ife na-eme ife a si abịa, but ka akpa ọ bụrụ na ndị si n'ọfa bụ ndị leaders na ndị union enwerozi n'ike organize for ọfụma, enyere n'ofe aka dozizie the place, but ka ebidogodo kpaba so that ka ụwa niile fụ na Soludo na ndị a akpago nkata ọfụma tupu wee mezie what a government should do.
All right.
It's not as if government is the weak. If I bụ ọchịchị onye kwuo ibie kwuo democracy ọrịa ka akpa anyị na fa ga-enwekwa meeting ọzọ na Ekwueme Square 1 o'clock tata. Ka akpagodo, let's exhaust every avenue of peace. Ndị keke niile.
Okay.
Ndị keke niile, because ndị na ndị union akpagodo for the past how many months?
Nothing happened. Or something keke more shuttle.
Shuttle, man, truck, fancha niile.
So that's Fabia. Inogia, obuni na anya keke, mobuni na anya shuttle, mobo kada nkobuni na anya. Biko, make sure you know Ekwueme Square. Before 1 o'clock, if you ever can't back, you might go see a wooden nobi. If you are Fundiga, we are Kamaru Malu, Kiga, Tine, Kenyaka.
All right, that's been the Honorable Commissioner for Information in Anambra State, Support Wonsu, speaking to us on the new tax regime proposed for the transporters in Anambra State, tricycle operators across board from small vehicles to the bigger ones, and how what the government is doing to ensure that that policy favors the major stakeholders, the Keke and the government, and even on the Anambra most importantly. Honorable Commissioner, thank you for joining us on Weekend Show this morning.
Thank you very much.
And this is where we'll be rounding off the show today. Remember that by next week, Weekend Show will return back to status quo, where we'll bring you entertainment segments and also social media trends with Rume and Oge and David Ada.
Yes, I am David Okwasili. Thank you for joining us on the Weekend Show this week. Till next week, remain blessed and stay safe.